There's been a gentleman that, well, since I've been on Mobile Mission for a year and a half, we've been visiting him weekly. He's been on the streets for about 10 years. And then one day, he just sort of like disappeared. Talking to the guys on the street, like, hey, have you seen him around? Been looking for him, and we found out he was in the hospital. He had severe pneumonia. If you're sleeping outside in the wintertime and you get wet, you don't have dry socks, you don't have dry shoes, you don't have dry blankets, you know, that wetness just gets down to your core and it's really hard to get dry. So, you know, it's really easy to get sick. He was discharged from the hospital, and we bumped into him in the same spot in the alley, kind of back to his old habits. He's drinking heavily, and just during the day he would ask for money and just kind of wander around and collect bottles. Addiction, mental illness. There's a lot of barriers out there that make it really hard for people to overcome obstacles such as homelessness. It can be a really vicious cycle. There's always hope, but I think a lot of them feel hopeless and trapped. I mean, they choose to be outside, but they don't, like, that's not the life they would have chosen for themselves. I'd be lying if I said there weren't hard days. Like, it's not always easy going and seeing people in the same situation night after night. But then, yeah, there's always those encouraging stories like, you know, the guy who's gone on the streets for 10 years. We show up and he's sitting at Starbucks and we would have driven right past him if he didn't flag us down. He was clean shaven, he had new clothes on, he was standing, he had his hair done, looked like $1 million. It was literally like a switch had flicked and he was just like, enough's enough. Decided it was time for a change, reached out, got some housing. We were able to help him with like some food and toiletries and clothing, blankets for his new house. And he's been off the streets for, I guess, over a month now. Just knowing that they've got somebody behind them, supporting them, rooting for them, showing them that there is more out there than the street, than the alcohol, than the drugs. You know, and that there's people that do care. I think that's a big thing too, is a lot of people, they don't feel cared for.